How you doing, family? This is your boy ZTR, and I'm once again back with another video. And this is something I just want to talk about really quick. And I think it's ridiculous that I have to bring this up because it's NBA season. Everybody's been watching basketball season. You know, we in March Madness, so people have been watching college basketball and watching the NBA. The NBA is down to its last 9 games, if I'm not mistaken. We are down to 98 games left. So I had every intention of talking about who's going to be the MVP of the league. Cause I think it's very interesting, and this league is definitely league is definitely interesting. Okay, I'm gonna say that now. The NBA has definitely been fun to watch. But before I get started, I want to say I hope everybody had a great St. Patty's Day this week. I hope everybody had a safe St. Patrick's Day, and I want to say rest in peace to Razor Ramon. This is a wrestler that I used to watch in my childhood. He was just recently passed away at 63. He was the same age as my parents. I think he passed away Tuesday. So my condolences to his family. And yeah, so all right, I just want to get that out the way. But let me just talk about Brady really quick, because this man is everything I said he is. And for those who have been subscribed to my channel, I talked about him a couple of years, like 3 years ago. Well, yeah, 2-3 years ago. Like before that man went to Tampa Bay, I told you why Grunt did what he did and why Brady chose to do what he do. This is a man who can't let the game go. This man just cannot retire. Because I mean, I understand you may be in the best shape in your life, but there comes a time when, like, there's life after football. Okay, like it's not worth the injuries. It comes a time when a man got to step aside and let the younger guys have it. Because again, like Brady done this, like again, you only been retired 40 days. I don't call that a retirement. 40 days, that's not a retirement. That was just him thinking about what he was gonna do. But in my opinion, Brady really has nothing else left to prove. Like, you don't need to come back. Okay, you in the last 22 seasons, this man has won 7 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? And you just won on the NFC, so you proved you could win on the NFC. You won on both conferences. 4-time MVP, 15-time Pro Bowler. Like, I don't know what unfinished business he has, because if you're talking about the Rams, you're not gonna beat them. I'm gonna be very honest. He's not gonna beat the LA Rams. Okay? The Rams have this team's number. They beat them twice last season. Okay? But what it is, Brady don't like losing. And I said this before when he lost to Tennessee when he's still playing for the Patriots that last season. New England had no business losing that game. The Tennessee Titans were 9-7. When that man lost to Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and Mike Vrabel was a head coach, his ex-teammate, that pissed him off. So he took his anger out on Belichick, wanted to blame somebody, and then announced free agent. He didn't want to retire then. He wanted to keep playing. So then it was when he chose the Buccaneers. And for those of you who don't know, I think Tom Brady has a house in Florida. That's probably, he has a second house in Florida. That's probably why he chose it. But again, like, dude, like, you just lost to Matt Stafford. And Matt Stafford and Ryan Tannehill, they about the same type of quarterback. Because like Ryan Tannehill, Matt Stafford went to a team that was stacked. He went to a way better football team than he had, and that got him over the top. Now, of course, the Rams went farther than the Titans, but the Titans had a chance to get to the Super Bowl. They did fair at that team. It's just Cincinnati played better football. But again, I'll compare him to Brett Favre. Now, I'm going to say this too. Rignan for breakdowns, I'm going to give him half the credit because he did say Brady was going to come back. But look, brother, you said that Tom Brady's going to go 8-3. You said that. You said that last season. That didn't happen. I knew for a fact he was never going to beat the Rams. Even if they would have played the 49ers, they was going to lose. The Green Bay Packers was definitely looking to get them. Yeah, Packers may lose to the Niners, but against the Buccaneers, Green Bay has a out. They have a shot to beat them. Yeah, we all know Aaron Rodgers is a choke artist, and that's another man that needs to quit. I don't know why the Packers decided to give Aaron Rodgers $150 million, and the man choked the last 10 years, a whole decade. Yeah, you wonder why they just lost Devontae Adams. Oh yeah, Devontae Adams got traded to the Raiders. He's in Vegas now. That's their biggest receiver. Raiders got an opportunity. They got a shot, a legit shot now. Okay, but that's besides the point. That's a video for another day. But I compare him to Brett Favre because Brett Favre did the same thing. But let me just say this now. Brady is nowhere in the same boat as Brett Favre at all. They not in the same like category. Brady's in a whole nother class. Like they not even. And Brett Favre is a fan of Brady's. Brett Favre, man, he has nothing but respect for Brady. But no, man, like when Brett Favre did this, for one, Brett Favre had reasons to retire and come back. Because let me explain this. When Brett Favre did this after the 2007-2008 season, when Green Bay lost to the New York Giants in Lambeau Field, and we all know Eli Manning went on that wonderful run. The New York Giants were 9-7. He led them into a Super Bowl and they beat New England. That was one of 3 of the Super Bowls that Brady lost. He lost to them twice in Eli Manning's career. Okay, but when they beat the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre wanted to still play, and they wanted to replace him with Aaron Rodgers. They said, we'll let you still be on the team, but we want to bench you and put Aaron Rodgers in. That's what Mike McCarthy wanted. And the management came to agreement. They wanted to bench Brett Favre and put in Aaron Rodgers. And just like Joe Montana did, Brett Favre said, man, I still want to play. You're not paying me to be on the bench. This is my football team. Okay? So Brett Favre decided to do a Joe Montana and go to another team. But he retired so he could have his jersey hung up. That's why Brett Favre did it. He wanted to retire Green Bay Packer because he's already a Packers Hall of Famer. Like Brett Favre's legacy was already cemented because he did give the Packers a Lombardi trophy. He did take them to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls, 96 and 97. This is back in the mid-90s. This is back when I was this is my PlayStation 1 days. That's how old I am. Like I said, I've been watching football for a very long time. Brett Favre is one of the only few quarterbacks in the last 35 plus years that have led their teams to a back-to-back Super Bowl and didn't win. Brady's only the ones that's successful. But yeah, 96, they beat the New England Patriots, led by Drew Bledsoe, when Bledsoe was the man before Brady came. And then 97 against the John Elway. And that was John Elway who had already been to 5 Super Bowls before then. Yeah, so Brett Favre had reason to do it. So Brett Favre retired to hang his jersey up, and then he decided to come back because he was still trying to play. And Brett Favre was in his late 30s. He wasn't even 44, 43 yet. Brett didn't go that far. I think when Brett Favre retired at Green Bay Packers, I think he was like 37. Yeah, I think he was like 36. Yeah, he was 36 years old. Went to the Jets. I think he went to New York Jets. Yeah, he was there. He was around here. I think he was 37, 38. Yeah, he's right there. He's even between 37 and 40. Went to the Jets for one season because the Jets was the only team that's going to pick him up. Because I'll be honest, most football teams, they wasn't trying to take a chance on Brett. Because for one, Brett Favre, you're going to pay him his money. 2, is salary cap. And back then, there was already, the league was already stacked. There was a lot of other quarterbacks back then. There was a lot of competition. So when Brett Favre went to the Jets, you still had Eli Manning and his brother Peyton. Peyton Manning, the Colts was still dominating the AFC South. Like, they was a team. Like, the Colts you see as of today, nothing like the Colts team that Peyton Manning was on. That was the most competitive I've seen the Colts. Colts was dominating for like at least about they was dominating for a long time, for like 15 years when they had Peyton. But you had Peyton Manning with the Colts. Then you had Vince Young with the Titans. When the Titans was a competitive team too. But back then, instead of you had Chris Johnson, CJ2K, one of the fastest running backs in the league. Then you had a young Adrian Peterson with the Vikings, which he soon joined. And even before Brett Favre, they went to a playoffs. They went to the NFC Championship game with Gus Frerotte. So they went to the so they had another veteran. They had LaVar Jackson as a backup. You had that. Of course, Big Ben was still with the Steelers. That's when he was young and in his prime. Of course, Brady was still playing for New England back then. But then you had Trent Green with the Chiefs when the Chiefs was a playoff team. Yeah, the Chiefs was still a playoff team back in them days. They not as good as they are now since they had Mahomes, but they were still competing. They were still competitive when they had Tony Gonzalez and Larry Johnson. All right, and you had Ty Law as their DB. And then who else was he battling against? Oh yeah, and then you had the Ravens was still good. Then you had Brian Volek. He was still competing. It wasn't, and then later on they had Steve McNair. That was the last team Steve McNair played for, but the Ravens was still competing. Yeah, Ravens was no pushover team, y'all. I'm gonna tell you that now. The Ravens with Ray Lewis and Eric Reed was still balling. And then they had Willis McGahee at running back. That team was balling out. And Matt Stover at tight end. Yeah, Matt Stover. Yeah, I think Matt Stover was their kicker and they had somebody else over there. Yeah, they were stacked. Yeah, Terrell Suggs. Young Terrell Suggs back then. Okay, so this is what Brett Favre was up against. And I think the NFC still had Tony Romo. The Cowboys was still competing because you had Tony Romo over there with Dez Bryant. Oh, even before Dez Bryant, you had Terrell Owens over there. Yes, so the Cowboys had like 10, 11 Pro Bowlers. DeMarcus Lawrence. They had Marion Barber. They also had Terry Glenn at one time. Miles Austin. Cowboys was competing. Of course, Giants had their squad. That was a Super Bowl team. The Eagles still had Donovan McNabb. Yeah, it was that league was competitive. And again, this is the reason why I beef with NFL breakdowns, because the man act like there was no competition back then. You act like Brady was always dominating. No, he wasn't. And this was a time when the Patriots was not winning Super Bowls every year like that neither. I'm gonna tell you that now. When Brett Favre went to the Jets, the Patriots didn't even make the playoffs that season. Now this is Brett Favre who when we went to the Jets, I think he had Lavernius Coles was their number one receiver. Darrelle Revis, a young Darrelle Revis. I think you had Wilkerson at linebacker. You also had Thomas Jones. This was Julius's little brother. Thomas Jones was also the running back. So it wasn't a bad team. And of course, they got Mark Sanchez the season after, but Rex Ryan was still the head coach. Rex Ryan was actually like one of the better head coaches back in them days. But yeah, so Brett Favre went to the Jets. They actually made the wild card. Now they didn't win it, but they made the wild card. Okay, so he did that. Then after that is when he left, and then decided he wanted to still play, and when he decided to go to the Vikings. And we all know what happened. He lost to the Saints, but the Saints was doing Bounty Gate. Yeah, that was a time when the league was actually rigged, when Saints was gambling against each other. Betting against each other, who they going to take out. And Brett Favre is one of the guys they tried to take out. They tried to knock Brett Favre's helmet off. And that put the Saints at an advantage. They was doing that all season. Somebody on the opposite team was getting seriously hurt. And that was guys they were targeting. It wasn't until the league found out just a season later is when Sean Payne got suspended. Those other guys, the 2-3 players that was involved got suspended, including the defensive coordinator, after he got fired. And the Saints wasn't the same since. That still to this day haunts New Orleans to this day. But that's besides the fact. So yeah, Brett Favre had a reason to do what he did. Brett Favre was trying to get one more Super Bowl before he retired, because Brett Favre was trying to go out in the sunset like John Elway did. Remember, Peyton Manning got the ride out. He got to go to the Super Bowl and retire, winning, because the Denver Broncos just that good. Ray Lewis got a chance to do this. Brett Favre was trying to do that. He was trying his best to win one more championship, because this is a Brett Favre. They ain't won anything since '96. Remember, he lost that Super Bowl to John Wayne in '97. So that man went through like 2 decades, 20-something years of not winning nothing. Damn near. Brett was in the league a long time, but like '97 was like the last Super Bowl he was in. He didn't do nothing else after that. Like Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes, he went to 2 Super Bowls in a row, didn't win nothing. Went 1-1. 1-1, lost 1 after that. So, yeah, Brett was desperately trying to get a win. He was still competing, but again, he had Adrian Peterson. This is a man when now he was on the Vikings. He had Adrian Peterson. He had Percy Harvin, and then you also had Darren. I think not Darren Sharper. They had I forget who their safety was. They had a squad. They had their linebackers over there. I think you had you had AP, you had Percy Harvin. I remember that team. Yeah, you had Jared Allen. That was their defense lineman, Jared Allen. All pro Jared Allen. I think you had Patrick Williams over there, the other lineman. They had a squad. Vikings was stacked. Because I remember on Madden, I was using the Vikings. I mean, even though I was a Cowboys fan, Vikings was one of my favorite teams I was using Madden. Because they were so stacked. It got to the point to where I was beating up my homie so bad he started using them. He started ditching Matt Ryan and went to Brett Favre. But again, yeah, Vikings had a squad. But again, man, Brett Favre just couldn't do it. And the man was 40 years old when he retired. Brett said, I'm not going to do this no more. Because Brett got tired of getting hit too. See, back then, the rules wasn't like it is now. Players was really getting hit back then. So this is why I said, man, Tom Brady needs to let it go. Because There's now at 45 years old, there's now like a 95% chance he could get hurt. I'm just being honest. Because as good as his offensive line may be, they're not gonna always hold up a whole 60-minute game. Okay? So this is why I said. Now, I'm gonna show you the schedule. Because see, the problem is, man, let's look at their schedule before I look at the free agency list. Because see, this is the thing, man. I've been on YouTube since 2016, and my very first video was telling people why the Colts and the Vikings didn't play each other in the Super Bowl. You see, channels like Ring NFL Breakdowns and Zachary K. Hubbard's, the RG Chosen Ones, right? Warrior Truth, Cut Cash Productions, all these channels that say the league is scripted and they make their prediction before the season even starts, they don't look at the whole schedule. All right, Carl Blackdonald was another one. I may do a video on him. They don't watch the entire season. They don't watch the offseason. They ain't watching free agency. They don't watch the combine. They don't watch none of this. Well, let's take a look at the season, right? Now, I'm just going to assume this is the regular season, but this is the schedule because every team got their schedule, right? So, first off, let's look at the Cardinals right now. We all know Arizona is stacked up. Arizona made a lot of moves. Okay, they don't have Chandler Jones anymore, but you still got J.J. Watt coming back because he has another year in his contract. They have Zach Ertz, DeAndre Hopkins, James Conner just re-signed. They still got James Conner. Now, I think Fitzgerald might have retired if he hasn't already. But you still got A.J. Green over there. If Kyler Murray could get together, they could somehow work something out with Kyler Murray and convince him to stay, right? And at least he re-signs because I think his rookie contract is up. But they could get Kyler Murray to re-sign and they get it back going. Arizona, again, would be very dangerous like they was last year. And I told everybody the Cardinals team was going to make the playoffs. Before last season even started, I said the Cardinals was going to be a playoff team. I did say that. Okay? To me, this could be a loss. Arizona can actually get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got a squad to do it. Deep offense and defensively, they could do it. Atlanta, I think they could beat Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, they didn't get Deshaun Watson. Matt Ryan needs to retire. Cordell Patterson is a free agent. They just lost a receiver. They'll be able to win this game. Carolina is questionable. Because one thing about Carolina, when fully healthy, Carolina can't win games. I saw that last year, but the only thing is, they need a couple more Pro Bowlers. They need some more veterans down there. I mean, because I don't know how long they're gonna keep Cam. I know Cam did come back to that team last year, but I think Cam just more so came to retire too, because he's another. I mean, Cam Newton can still play, but Cam Newton is just not what he used to be anymore. So we'll see what they do, but that is a divisional rival, so he could come down either way. But let's just assume they win this game. But the Browns now have Deshaun Watson. To me, Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. Don't get me wrong, now Baker Mayfield can ball once fully healthy, but Deshaun Watson is the better quarterback. I'm just gonna keep it honest. Deshaun Watson knows how to figure it out. He's not gonna struggle. He don't have the same faults as Baker does. The Browns got Cleveland. The reason why Deshaun Watson chose Cleveland because the Browns are still stacked. Yeah, you don't have ODB anymore. But I believe Jarvis Landry is still over there. They still got a team. They still got that defensive line. With Denzel Ward and those guys, they're still stacked. Don't sleep on Cleveland. Right, yeah, last year they struggled because Baker Mayfield went through that shoulder injury, but no, they still can compete. And with Deshaun Watson, they now have a legit quarterback. Deshaun Watson been waiting to come back and let off some steam. Saints, Buccaneers should be able to win this. I'm going to say this might be they should be able to sweep them because, again, you don't have Drew Brees anymore. Jameis Winston is a free agent. They didn't re-sign him. I think Alvin Kamara, you still got Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, but, again, it's like they lost. The Saints did lose a lot of pieces. Okay, this is not the same Saints team anymore. They in rebuild mode. They should be able to win this. But Pittsburgh, this might be a loss. The Steelers have Mitch Trubisky and Dwayne Haskins competing for that starting spot. Yeah, they don't have Juju Smith-Schuster anymore. Juju went to the Chiefs, but they still could compete. You still got Najee Harris down there. You still got T.J. Watt. And then you still got you still got DJ. You still got Hayden. Yeah, you still got Hayden over there, that cornerback. The Steelers are still not a pushover team. They are a playoff team. Yeah, they wasn't gonna beat the Chiefs, but that team can still get to the playoffs. You still gotta respect Mike Tomlin. All right, even though I feel Mike Tomlin's time is wearing thin, and Steeler fans are getting very impatient, especially with the league is stacking up. No, Steelers can come after you. One thing about the Rooneys, they know how to draft and draft well. The Steelers have always been a competitive team for like the last 20-something years. And just throughout the NFL history, man, the Steelers throughout from the 70s and from the 70s to the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s, they've always had a championship teams at one point in time. They've always been a playoff team in those decades. I'm going to count this as a loss because they got to go in the Heinz Field. It's not easy winning the Heinz Field. And then the 49ers, this is a loss. Okay? Let's set the record straight. The way the 49ers played against my Cowboys and shut them down, and the way they shut out Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers was scoreless in the second half. The fact that Aaron Rodgers was only able to put up 10 points against that San Francisco 49 defense, that should tell you a lot right there. Yes, the offensive coordinator went to the they were so good, the offensive coordinator just got a job with the Dolphins. They replaced Brian Flores with the offensive coordinator McDaniels. Okay, but again, they got most of their guys. They're back. Most of their starters are back. Now they're making decisions on Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm gonna give Garoppolo his respect. The man did go to 2 NFC championships, just like Kaepernick did. Okay, so that proves how good of a coach Kyle Shanahan is. Kyle Shanahan may not be able to get the job done, but he could get you to the playoffs. No, most of their core is still retained. This San Francisco 49 team can ball out. Okay, that's a loss. Atlanta, like I said, I think Atlanta, Carolina. Look, you got 3 divisional rival games. They're gonna lose at least one of these 3. Again, they may sweep the Falcons. Like I said, the Falcons they should be able to beat. Carolina, I'm gonna count this as a loss. They're gonna go 1-on-1 against Carolina, but yeah, the Saints and the Falcons they should be able to win. The Buccaneers will get to the playoffs by default, only because that division is starting to get weak now. The NFC South is starting to get weaker. But even the Saints, depending on the Saints, I don't know, man. It depends on because again, like Sean Payton is no longer there. No, he's gone. This all depends on who's gonna be their next head coach. Whoever the head coach, and then what moves they make in offseason. Because I ain't seen New Orleans been quiet as of recently, so I'm assuming they're gonna win these games. They're gonna sweep either Atlanta or New Orleans. But Carolina, I think we'll get a win out of that. But look who you got next. You got the Rams. This is a loss. Again, let the record straight. The Buccaneers cannot beat the Rams at all. Last season, you can fact check this. The Rams beat the Buccaneers in the regular season. In week 3, they beat them, and then in the playoffs they beat them. The man cannot beat Matt Stafford at all, and that's probably why Brady's so pissed off. Because once again, like Tannehill, he lost to a quarterback that's weaker than him. They don't have the talent he does. But like Tannehill, Matt Stafford was blessed to be on a championship team. The team around him was stacked. They're way better than the Lions. But again, the Rams got most of their guys coming back. They didn't really lose too many people. I think they lost a receiver and they lost Von Miller to the Bills. Yeah, one of their receivers is gone. I think they still got to re-sign on Sonny Michel, but no, the Rams are still good. That's a championship team. They're defending champions. So yeah, this is a loss. So I'm counting 1. This is 2. Only because the Browns have the defensive line to go after Brady. 3, 4. I'm going to count this as 5, 6. So this is 6 losses already. So you're going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 4-6 as of now. Seattle, I think they'll win. They go 5-6 with Seattle. Okay, because again, Seattle they have Drew Lock. Drew Lock is just not that good right now. Drew Lock is still fairly young. He ain't done much of nothing at all. Okay, Seattle go out to find him a quarterback. It might be best for them to go after Baker Mayfield, to be honest. If Seattle is smart, they'll go after Baker. Because at least Baker Mayfield can win you more games. But I don't trust Drew Lock at all. They'll go 5-6. But the Ravens, this is a loss. They got to play the AFC North. They're going to lose to the Ravens. This is a Lamar Jackson that's coming back fully healthy with 12 other starters. John Harbaugh getting his full team back again. They're going to lose. Ravens got too many weapons, offensively and defensively. I don't see the Buccaneers beating them. I don't. especially with Lamar Jackson, that's become a way better. He's become a better passer. I give Lamar his credit. That man has improved since last season, the last 2 years. I don't see the Ravens losing to the Buccaneers at all. This is John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is one of the most competitive coaches on the AFC. In the last 10 years, he's competitive. Remember, since Brady has been winning Super Bowls, the Ravens was the only other team that was actually able to win a championship since Brady was in New England. And John Harbaugh has been that coach. So, yeah, they're going to lose to the Ravens. Definitely. And then look who they got next. Cincinnati. Lost. Again, Zach Taylor has developed an established core. That's a young team. And now they just got better because they just took one of the Buccaneers offensive linemen. And I'm going to show you in free agency. They got somebody from the Buccaneers. They giving Joe Burrow more help. They stacking Joe Burrow with more help on the offensive line. The Cincinnati Bengals, with the Cincinnati Bengals can come after you. We seen the way they play. This team beat Tennessee. They outplayed the Kansas City Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. They can run it back again. Cincinnati, that's a team you must respect. They're finally going into next season as the defending AFC champions. You got to respect them. I don't see Tom Brady beating them neither. Oh, no, It don't matter that they in Raymond James Stadium. Because, again, they got all these home games here, but they're going to lose. Rams, Baltimore, and Cincinnati definitely going to come in here, dude. I'm just telling that right now, dude. You're not going to beat these two teams. These are a loss. So, they had 6 losses, right? So, that's 6 losses. This is 7 and 8. This is 8 losses here. I'm already counting 8 losses. So, Cardinals is a loss, right? They'll beat Carolina that week, too. I'm going Carolina's a loss. Cleveland's a loss. Pittsburgh will be a loss. San Francisco definitely a loss. And then I'm going to say they beat Carolina, but they're going to lose to Carolina. Let's assume one of these teams lose. They go, like I said, they're 5 losses in. Rams is 6 losses. Ravens is a 7 loss. Cincinnati is 8 losses. So they already got lost 8 games here, which I'm predicting. This is like 8 losses. Okay? This is just my prediction. Again, I'm not saying this team is going to win a Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Because, the Buccaneers can win these games too. This is my prediction, right? This is 8 losses here. Okay? Because they're not going to beat the Ravens. You're not going to beat the Bengals fully healthy. Yeah, so that's already 7 losses. Okay? Or 8 losses. Let's go down to Cowboys. A&T Stadium. Cowboys going to be looking for revenge. And let's let the record straight. The Dallas Cowboys could actually play against the Buccaneers. They definitely play against them. Now, again, the Buccaneers ain't going to have the same team as they did last year. I'm going to tell you that now. Because Whitehead is no longer there neither. I'm going to show you that they lost some guys. They don't have the same team. Mike McCourty is going to be looking to beat the Buccaneers. Especially the A&T. This is a Dallas Cowboy team that did beat Belichick for the first time in 22 years. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Cowboys fan. I think the Cowboys could actually beat them. They can actually go after them. That's 9 losses. So right here, this is when the schedule's going to really start getting tough. Is in between, because even Seattle still got Pete Carroll. And they still got DJ. They still got DK Metcalf, right? You still got to respect them. They don't have Wagner. They rebuilding, and they may beat the Seahawks, but the Rams, Ravens, Bengals, and the Cowboys, it's going to get tough. Okay? This is 9 losses here. Cowboys is not going to be easy at all. Yeah, the Cowboys don't got Randy Gregory no more. He's gone, right? That's one of the more notable losses they lost. But the Cowboys still got most of their team there. And they just got James Washington from the Steelers. They have Dante Fowler they picked up. The Cowboys, again, Jerry Jones ain't going to lose to this team. The Cowboys are going to be looking to beat this team, right? That's 9 losses there. So, again, that's 9 losses. Let's go down. Then look at it, look at the Chiefs. Now you got Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, I guarantee you're going to be looking forward to that game. So not only you got the Cowboys, but you got the Chiefs. They're going to lose to Kansas City. They're not beating Kansas City at all. I don't see Kansas City lose to them no more. I'm going to be very honest. Patrick Mahomes is licking his chops. I guarantee you, Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're looking forward to that game. Oh, they looking forward to it. That's 10 losses there. Again, they got a very, very tough schedule. It's not for to be easy at all. If y'all think that Tom Brady is going to dominate this regular season, you madly mistaken. I'm counting at least 9 losses. Okay, this schedule is tougher than it was. This is not going to be easy at all. So you got the Chiefs right here. So you got Cowboys, Bengals, defending AFC champions. You got the Ravens fully healthy, right? They'll beat the Seahawks, but the Rams, the Super Bowl champions, you got to face. You got 3 games in a row with your division rivals, but then you got the 49ers and Steelers. Yeah, oh no. And I guarantee you, these teams are tired. They sick of Brady. The Steelers are definitely sick of Brady, man. I'm already counting 10 losses. Then look at that. Green Bay practice in out the season. Green Bay is going to be looking for revenge. Now, one thing about Green Bay, they're one of the best regular season teams in the league. They ain't nothing in the playoffs, which, by the way, Dwight Smith lied. The Green Bay Packers ain't the best team in the NFL. Because the Green Bay Packers were really the best team in the NFL, they would have beaten the 49ers, and they would have beaten the Rams in the NFC Championship game. Or they would have beaten the Buccaneers. Either one of those teams. They're not the best. They just lost to the 49ers twice in a 5-year period. They're not the best NFL team. They're not. Dwight Smith lied, who NFL Breakdowns did a video on that podcast. Lied. But as far as the regular season, Aaron Rodgers could dominate the regular season. And again, the Green Bay Packers going to be looking to get revenge, payback for losing to the Buccaneers just 2 seasons prior. That's a loss. Okay? I don't see Buccaneers beating Green Bay neither. And they got all these home games, but they finna lose, man. So I'm counting at least 10 losses. There's at least 8 or 9 losses. This team might go 8-8. I'm looking at 8-8 right now as their record. Okay? If they do make the playoffs, they make it by default because the Saints are not as strong as I'm gonna be honest. The Saints got a brand new head coach coming in there, right? Drew Brees done retired. The Saints ain't the same team no more. They'll probably lose a game against Carolina, but Atlanta they might sweep. Even though Atlanta is young too, they got some pieces here and there. It's just Matt Ryan. They got to find a decent quarterback. Yeah, they'll probably sweep Atlanta, and they'll probably sweep Atlanta, New Orleans, but Carolina might get a win in. But again, you got Browns on your schedule. You got the Cardinals starting off. You got the Steelers. You got the 49ers. You got the defending champion Rams. That's not going to be easy. But then you got the Ravens, Bengals, Cowboys. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They last 6 games going to be tough. That's in between week 10. That's in between week 15. It's gonna be a tough stretch. Like, come on now. Bengals is definitely not going to lose to Brady. I'm going to tell you that now, dude. And the Cowboys is going to be looking to get revenge. Again, I don't see this team winning no championship. I don't, man. Well, who they got to face? Now, let's look at the free agency, right? Let's look at who they all lost. So, let's just go down the line, right? Let's look at who they lost. Look at Von Miller going to Buffalo. Look at Charger got look at all these picks, right? I'm gonna tell you the AFC West is gonna be tough, dude. Really is. Look at the Baltimore just picked up Marcus Williams from the Saints. Again, it's not gonna be easy, man. But let's look at Tampa Bay. Alex Kaplan, and this is one of their best guards. They Pro Bowl guards, right? They were their best guards with the Cincinnati. That's a loss. Brady just lost one of his guards. And these guys left Tampa Bay because Brady retired. When Tom Brady retired, it opened the door for a lot of these players to decide they're going to leave because they're unsure about Brady. They want to compete, man. And Alex Kaplan's trying to get him another ring. That's why he went to Cincinnati. That man is trying to still contend for a championship. But let's just go down the line, right? Let's keep going. Let's see who else did they lose. I'm gonna go down the line. Jordan Whitehead, starting safety, went to the New York Jets. Okay? Again, the team struggled against the Jets. And now they just got Whitehead. The Jets' defense is looking solid. They looking solid, y'all. That's 2. That's 2 players they just lost that were starters. Let's go down the line. Because a lot of teams are making moves. These teams ain't playing around. They not. They sick of I'm telling you, the league getting tired of Brady. O.J. Howard. Now I knew this was gonna happen. Buffalo. Bills got a squad there. Not only did the Bills get Von Miller, and then they got O.J. Howard. The reason why O.J. Howard left, because again, he's hearing reports that Gronkowski is still a free agent. Brady came back, and he figured Gronkowski gonna resign. I knew O.J. Howard was gonna stay on the Tampa Bay. I knew that for a fact. Now with the Bills, O.J. Howard's definitely gonna start. This is an Alabama tight end, man. He's too good. And look at that, $3,500,000 $3,500,000. Look at that contract. Yeah, he was definitely gone. I knew that for a fact. He was already out of there. I knew that man wasn't coming back. So that's now 3. That's 3 starters gone. Okay? And again, Rigdon for breakdowns is not going to tell y'all none of this because he don't pay attention to free agency at all. He don't look at the roster. Okay? None of these conspiracy theories, truth or community videos don't look at this at all. Look, Raheem Marshall, I knew that was going to happen. Marshall's chased after the running back. You know what I'm saying? He's played his best football with McDaniels. That's why he left. Let's see. Did Tampa Bay lose anybody else? Because Leonard Fournette is still a free agent as of now. He has not re-signed with the Buccaneers. Okay, just letting y'all know, Fournette might not be coming back neither. Don't count on him coming back. Because Fournette is going to go to the highest. He's going to chase out their money. And everybody don't want to be franchise tagged neither. Franchise tag is the reason why Devontae Adams told Green Bay to trade him. So that's it, right? So they lost 3 starters. Now let's look at who's currently a free agent. Let's go down the line. Jason Pierre-Paul, free agent. Okay? He's gone. All right? And Pierre-Paul's been there a while. Now he's an older cat, but yeah, they might have released him. They might not re-sign Jason Pierre-Paul because again, they just signed Brady. Re-signing Brady takes up cap space. I'm gonna tell you that now. And money. And it's ridiculous for Tom Brady to keep taking a pay cut. And when you work every cent, like the money Aaron Rodgers got, that $350 million, that $150 million, Tom Brady is worth twice as much. Tom Brady is worth that. But Jason Pierre-Paul is gone. He's 33 years old. He's a year older than me. He can still play, and he's gone. Let's see who else did they lose. We know Fournette is a free agent. But let's go down. Let's see. Ndamukong Suh, another one, 35, gone. So that's now 5. That's now 6 starters. That's now 5 starters, y'all. So O.J. Howard is gone. Alex Kapler's gone. Jordan Whitehead's gone. Ndamukong Suh gone. And Pierre-Paul, that's now 5. That's 5 starters gone, y'all. That's now 5. Brady is not going to have the same guys around. Rob Gronkowski is still a free agent. Now, this is a maybe. Rob is a maybe. But even then, now Rob is 32 years old. He might come back, but Rob has been playing a long time, dude. That man has a lot of wear and tear on his body. The Buccaneers would be best to use one or the other. The Buccaneers got like 3 or 4 other free agents on depth chart. They really don't need Gronkowski coming back. Because unlike Brady, Rob's going to demand his money. The agent that works for him, that's going to demand, that's a pretty penny. Because the Buccaneers are in a crossroads right now where they got to save money. They can't be going into luxury tax. Y'all got to understand this. In order to win a Super Bowl, to have a Super Bowl championship team, you got to have a decent roster. Your roster got to be balanced. Okay? In order to win a championship, to have a championship roster, it's got to be balanced. The Buccaneers gambled on their team. Yeah, they won a Super Bowl and they kept the same. They tried to run it back last year and lost. They lost with those guys they had last year with the same Super Bowl team. They didn't win. They did not beat the Rams at all. Okay? They just lost 5 guys. All right? They just lost 5 guys that they got to try to re-sign. They're not going to have the money to re-sign all these players, especially not the Rob Gronkowski. But Rob is a maybe. But I know O.J. Howard wasn't going to wait around at all. I knew that for a fact. O.J. Howard was already gone. Rob is a maybe, but again, let's say it's 6 free agents, right? They got 5 again, so that's like 4 free agents. Gronkowski is currently not there no more. But that's a maybe. But now that's 6. But I'm counting 6 that's already not like currently not on the roster. I'm talking about the players who ain't on the roster right now. Look at that. William Golston. 30 years old, gone. That's 7. 7 guys that you got to try to make. You got to try to, again, all this is money they got to pay back. And that's 7 guys, right? So Golston gone. He was good too. He's gone. That's 7. Let's go down the line. Yeah, look at that. Leonard Fournette, market value. Again, so that's 8. Leonard Fournette, I told you, man, that's 8 guys gone. Leonard Fournette's going to cost some money. I'm going to tell you that now, dude. Good as he is, he's not cheap at all. Oh, I see my cousin Jonathan is on. I hope my Cowboys pick up Jonathan. I hope the Raiders can re-sign Jonathan on my Cowboys, pick him up. That'd be nice. My cousin Jonathan's a free agent, but look at Leonard Fournette. Fournette that's now 8 guys. Again, Fournette is gonna cost some money. I'm gonna tell you now, he's not coming cheap. That man gonna want his money, dude. I'm telling you now, and these players don't. Everybody ain't gonna be trying to take no pay cut neither. That's what y'all gotta understand too. And this is what this is what I say, man. Y'all can't make predictions before the season starts. Me, I'm going on based on this roster. Because the Buccaneers are not going to have the roster they had the last 2 years. I'm going to tell you now, this roster is going to change. Because now it's 8 guys. Most of these guys, these are all starters they losing. Okay? Most of these guys are free agents because they can't re-sign everybody. The Buccaneers did re-sign some guys, but it's not everybody. They can't afford to keep everybody. Okay? They try to run it back with the same team they had when they won a Super Bowl. That's not the case anymore. In the year they did win the Super Bowl, that team did go down. That team did they did lose 7 games. They was in the wild card. Okay. So let's see who else. Is that it? That might be it. But that's like 8 guys that are going. Well, 9. Blaine Gabbert. Well, Blaine Gabbert ain't that good anyway. He got his ring. Blaine Gabbert's not really a factor because he's not that strong of a backup. Okay, but Blaine Gabbert can at least say he got a ring. But I'm just saying, as far as like value guys, look, Ronald Jones. That's now 9. They now lost 2 running backs in free agency. They got to make a decision. Either you're going to sign Leonard Fournette or you're going to bring back Ronald Jones. They ain't going to be able to keep both of these guys. So again, that's 9. 9 guys are gone. 9. Okay? Value starters are gone. Out of Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, they're going to make a decision. And again, these guys going to want their money. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be easy, man. You're not going to bring back everybody. They don't have the money. The Buccaneers don't have the money or salary cap to be bringing back all these guys. Again, man, it's not for to be easy, man. Brady's going to come in here with a different roster. It's not for this to be the same roster at all. The Buccaneers going to have to go out to select who they can afford. Again, you got to stay within the salary cap. Okay, you can't afford to be going over like that. Now, Richard Sherman, he's retired. I'm not gonna count Richard Sherman because he's technically Richard Sherman. I don't know if he's retired, but let's say that's 10. Richard Sherman, that's 10. It's going. Now Richard Sherman's an older cat. He's not the same dude no more. But Rich still got a little bit of value left. Somebody might pick him up. Who knows? But that's 10. Richard Sherman going. That's 10. 10 guys. Look at Odell Beckham. The Rams had to let this guy go. Odell Beckham Jr. They may not be able to afford. But that's already 10 guys. 10 guys gone. Y'all. Look at Steve McClendon, 11. 11 stars. Now, he's an older cat anyway. But again, man, guys are going. That's 11 guys gone. And I can guarantee you, most of those 11 guys ain't coming back. Not coming back next year. Josh Wells, right tackle, 12. Right tackle gone. Again, man, this is money, man. It's not easy. Y'all think it's really that easy to win a championship. It's really not. Because every team ain't going to keep affording. They don't have money to keep paying guys for a long-term contract. It's not basketball. Okay? You gotta use what you can afford. So, yeah, it is crazy. I see a lot of good players, but they're not going to be able to afford all these guys. Look, another one. Andrew Adams, 13. Another safety gone. Again, they got to make a decision. That's 13 guys gone. Curtis Riley, 15. Another free safety. So, again, they can't keep everybody. Curtis Riley, another safety, man, gone. 15. Pat O'Connor, 16. Defensive end, 20. And young guy, too. That's 16 guys gone. 16 players gone so far that they look at Zach Twiner. Zach Twiner, 17. So again, man, they gotta make a roster decision. Who you gonna keep? Who you gonna let go? You can't keep everybody. That's now 17 players gone. And I guarantee you, these guys are looking at other teams right now and see who could pay them the best money. They gonna go for the highest contract. Donald Staley, another offensive lineman, 18. He's now gone. That's the 18 player gone. They couldn't keep. They had to let him go to free agent. These guys are all testing the market. That's why it says to be determined. They might not re-sign with the Buccaneers. They're going to look for the best player, the best team The best GM that's gonna offer them the most kind of money. Cause even my Cowboys lost guy. Look at Le'Veon Bell gone. He ain't coming back. They can't afford Bell neither. That's now 19 guys. And this Le'Veon Bell is a good running back. He's a veteran running back. Gone. 19 players gone. And most of these guys are all starters. And Le'Veon Bell went to the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. And still couldn't get in the ring. He could not get a championship ring at all. But that's it. The Buccaneers lost 19 guys. So how in the hell are they going to win? How is Brady going to win another Super Bowl? Come on, Rick, for breakdowns. Answer me that. For all y'all think that Brady's really going to go 8-3, how is he going to go 8-3 when they just lost like 19 guys? They're not going to be able to keep all 19 of those guys neither. Most of those guys going to be going to other teams. And look how they barely beat the Jets, dude. They struggle against these type of teams, right? Look at the Jets. They had to fight, and this is the game where where AB got frustrated and left. Look at that, man. You struggle against teams like this here, man. Next season, every team that goes against the Buccaneers is going to be emulating this type of defense. Let's see. What type of defense does the Jets run? Look at 3-4. So you're going to see a lot of teams running the 3-4. Let's look at the Rams. How did the Rams beat them? Again, like 4-3. They go on 3-4 to 4-3. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, how is he going to win this? How is he going to win next year? That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't make sense. And I just showed you they lost like 19 guys already that they ain't going to be able to bring back. They definitely ain't finna bring back like Fournette, and out of Fournette, Ronald Jones, and even Le'Veon Bell. You ain't finna bring out back all three of them. No, they gonna want some money. But this schedule here, I'm counting at least 8 losses from this schedule here. Okay, that's at least 8 losses. Yeah, if they do get in the playoffs, they're gonna get in there by default. But they're a first round exit based on this schedule here. They're not gonna win the playoffs. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because the Rams, Cowboys, and 49ers, those teams are gonna come back to the playoffs. Green Bay definitely gonna come back to the playoffs. You're not beating none of one of those teams, dude. Definitely not the Rams, dude. You're not. This is at least 8 losses. This team might go 8-8, or they might only win 6 or 7 games. This team could lose at least about 10 games, dude. I'm just be honest. Most of these games they're gonna lose. They're not gonna be dominating like that. Tom Brady is not gonna be winning 12 games. I'm gonna tell you that now. Tom Brady not gonna be winning 10, 11 games like he did last year. It's not gonna happen. Y'all can cut that out. We got to be realistic here. When I make my videos, I make my videos from a realistic standpoint. Okay? I'm realistic with it. I don't make my videos based on conspiracy theory. Okay? Again, Rig and Afraid Breakdowns, the guy I'm currently debating straight said out of his own mouth, Brady's going to go 8-3. He coming out of retirement, he's going 8-3. I call BS on that. If you're going to make a video, you got to do research. Looking at the schedule here, yeah, this is at least 7 or 8 losses. Especially with these last 5 games, this is gonna be tough, dude. Look at that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 games, that's gonna be even tougher. And even these games here, man, like Atlanta, like Carolina can sign some of these free agents, they may be able to do something. Cause I'm telling you right now, teams like Atlanta and Carolina, they're gonna be going after a lot of these free agents. Pittsburgh gonna make a move. Again, it's not over yet. Now I think the Buccaneers re-signed 2 of their guys, they defensive guys, and they got a receiver from the Falcons, but that's just it. The majority of their team is gone. Rob is a maybe, but don't count on it, because it's reported that Rob is looking at Tennessee. He's looking at the Titans. The Titans just got a receiver from the Rams now to join Julio Jones. Tennessee Titans is trying to stack their team. It's still early now, but I'm just looking at it, man. Like, it's not gonna be easy at all. They're not finna have the same team. Maybe that's y'all. That's the video, man. Y'all tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, comment if you feel like. Stay blessed, stay tuned. As always, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.